Okay, so go ahead and set up for me. Okay, bring it right back here and pause. Freeze. Not that far. Just right back here. Yeah. So this club's gonna have to feel more to here to you. Yep. No, no. You gotta be here. You're going too far back here. You gotta go here. All right, more to there feeling. Yep. But don't let your weight shift off your feet. So more along that line. And then from here, you gotta take it more up here. Okay, you're bringing it too far inside on the backswing. Okay.
Like that. Still back, coming back.
More here, relax the arms.
Yeah.
Don't stand up though, right? So same thing. More here. All right, stay down there. There you go. More here. Mm-hmm. Good. More here. Relax, relax. There you go. Stay down here more. Good. Good. Try not to pick up the club though. When on the backswing, you shouldn't be picking it off the ground. Right? So you need to drag it back. Yes. Better almost. Bend this way. There you go. More here. Right there. That's better. I'm gonna take that. All right, give it a shot. So I'm saying because you get a little in here. We just need to keep the arms not so inside. Like when you bring it out, I just want the arms to be away from you, just not inside of you. Does that make sense? Better choke up a little bit on it, like a 1/4 inch, or scoop back a hair. So again, on that one, you pick the club off the ground. For the takeaway in the first like few inches, you should be dragging it. Yes, you lifted that thing up because right now, that's what's kind of just happening with your lead hand here. So go ahead and set up. As you're swinging, you're squeezing this part and lifting, right? What you need to do is keep this all together as one unit and drag it to here, right? Instead of trying to manipulate the club. You want to feel that the takeaway starts more from the back piece, not so much lower body at all, right? So stand where you were, good. And just use the shoulders, then everything turns more, right? Okay. Better, a little flat at the top. So the takeaway was better. So that same piece there, now up more. There you go. Now relax. There you go. Now let the lower body start. More hips, more hips, more hips, more hips. There you go. Take a look. Hold on. So I want you to feel like your left arm is across your shoulder line. Better. Feeling up here more, right? Feel like it's up here on the mat, across that shoulder line more. There you go. Better, but don't lift the club up, right? So you're very close. You got to piece it and feel more to here. Better. One more time. Smooth. Nope, that was all hands, right? Don't let the hands lead it. One piece. Better. There you go. Your right arm is really fighting that thing. She's tight. Better. Good. Just got a little bit of excess head motion. Try it again one more time. Get all set up. Show me shoulders and feet. A little bit more lined up with that. Show me. Let's scoot this way a little bit. It's too much, too much, too much, too much like this. All right. So scoot back to where you were. Perfect. Less motion. Right there. Put the hips back that way again. There you go. Got a lot of excess movement parts. Now scoot the whole show back a little bit. There you go. Good. Good. So just one, just better. That was a better motion. So on that one, you got 2 here, right? Instead of, right? You let everything go too much that way on the backswing.
Like that.
Close your eyes. Here. You have to feel that set back. Let your left arm relax. There you go. Let it sit into your backhand. Support it like you're holding a tray of drinks, like that feel. Okay. Good. There you go. That's better. Better. A little wobbly, but the path was actually pretty good. Good. Soft arms. Let the shoulder turn. Let it set and hips. Better. So what you're kind of missing is where at the top is a lot of excess motion. So the club's kind of bouncing into position. What we want to kind of feel is we train it smooth to the top and it sets. Now the lower body starts and relax the hips. Good. Back down. Back to setup. So back to our setup again. So we want to get all the way to the top and have not a lot of motion up there. Then let's start the hips. Good. Head still, head still, head still. Relax the arms. There you go. Right, we're trying to get the club up there, let it rest, and then fall. Better, wasn't so much motion at the top there. Good. So we're just trying to minimize at the top of the swing the head wobble, okay? If I can get it straight up there and let it rest and fall back down, it'll even have a smoother plane. But when the head's up there wobbling around, we're using our arms to kind of fight it or find a position, you know? So we want to be able to get it to get up there and just set and then back down versus set and then go. And that's kind of where you're seeing your inconsistency coming from. Better. Good. Stable on the top and the finish. Good, let it fall. There you go. Now can you just get up there, let it touch it, and then start the downswing. Better. So it doesn't matter, like I don't really care right now where your club's at and what position at the top. I'm just making sure there's not that bobble, right? If we can keep you smoother through there, you're gonna figure it out. We just want to minimize the amount of motion we have in the transition right now, basically. Okay, let's try a few balls, see what happens. Just try to twist around yourself and stay stable without bouncing around. Good. Try again. It's going to feel unathletic for a bit. Keep giving it a shot. Learning how to stay stable is not fun. It's not comfortable. It's weird feeling at first. Good. Show me more here. Yeah, half that, half that. There you go. Perfect. Smooth to smoother. Better. Freeze. All right. Hold the finish. Just got to find that sweep. What up, dude? Good. Smooth to the top. Smooth through. Freeze. Better. Felt that pop off differently, right?
Yeah.
You felt how the body kind of loaded into it. It wasn't you trying to throw the club down at that, right? So learning how that kind of works in the swing will allow you to understand how to create more club head speed without swinging so hard, right? But if we keep everything in that nice slot where it goes up there and falls back down, it's easier to do than get up there, squeeze, and try to fight it with the arms into the ball. Better. A little stiff at the top, a little rigid, right?
Yeah.
It's a good position. Away for you more. Good. Better. Little off balance at the top. Good. Scoop back a tiny bit. There you go. Perfect. Yep. Almost. Good finish. All right. So what you need to kind of start rehearsing is kind of the same thing as we would do with an iron or a wedge, right? So we're going to put the ball right here. And can I get my club to bottom out in line with this ball and forward, right? Not behind it. So work on your sweeps before you hit that ball. Find that clean sweep. Nope, not the golf ball. Take a practice swing. Yeah, find the sweep right there in line with the golf ball. Try again, a little inside. Perfect. That's exactly it, right? You got to be able to, whatever club we have, where is this club sweeping between my feet? That's where the ball has to start, right? Not right where that thing starts to sweep. That's where that ball's got to go, right in front of that thing, you know? A little fast and tight right there. Better, more stable. All right, see if you can recreate your feel now. Great swing. You know, it's not about, quantity over quality, right? It's like, okay, can I hit the same spot twice in a row than hit a golf ball? I'm going to create better hand-eye coordinations, better habits, better, create more confidence in the long run because I know I can hit the same spot twice or see a spot, hit a spot, But it's like the enemy of good range time is lack of just trying to work on one simple thing, right? Most people just try to hit golf ball after golf ball after golf ball and figure out mid swing, but it's like it's very hard to get good at that level. It takes a really talented mind. Great contact. Right? It shouldn't feel like you're trying to rip it hard, right? It should feel like a tempo of a wedge, right? Long and relaxed. Then once you can like own that a little bit, then yeah, you can start putting a little bit more energy into it, but it's where you do it that matters, right? And it's not from the top of the swing, which most people do. See, that's 3 in a row. And you're doing half the work you were trying to do earlier, right? And it just to me when I learned it felt a lot like upper body, lower body when I did it, like shoulder turn, hip turn. You got to figure out what works best for you. Beautiful, 4 in a row. Club face, your arms were kind of broken down, and the hands kind of shut too. Yeah, your arms kind of broke down throughout the swing a little too much. Like with that club, you're finishing kind of here, right? Where really that right arm should be longer through the ball. Yeah, exactly. Try not to break the elbows at the finish, but try to keep them long going. Okay, that'll help a little bit with carry if you can do that. Long arms through the ball to the target. Right? Yes, and that will do that. Try a practice swing or two and try to figure it out. Like, can you bring the club to here? Right? Just right here. That's where my arms are at. Right to here. Right? And then now can you hip turn right to here? So you see where I'm at? You're already here, right? Can you stay back? Now, there you go. Lean back more. Right there. Right, so being good with the long clubs through this part of the swing, your arms have to be pretty long, right? Better. One more time. So more here. Now hip turn. Right? Same thing. Shoulder turn, now hip turn. That's the positioning with a driver it takes. It's not easy. Keep that head behind the tee. Yep. Better. Shoulder turn. Good. All right, keep them both out through here. That once you get past here, then it can break. But through follow through, you want them both long and away, and you're kind of down to this position with long arms. Yeah, there you go. Better. It's not going to be fixed overnight with that. That'll take some time, but you know, you're trying to feel like what your goal is. So don't do much with the backswing. Your backswing was, but the follow through was more what we're looking for. It's different motion, right? There you go. And can you keep your spine or sternum behind your heel and hip on the left side as you swing through?
Behind your left side.
Yep. So everything. So this is the tee, right? Can you keep everything in that way, right? Instead of going into it. Almost. Feel here. Now hip turn. Other way, other way. There you go. Better. That's better. Through the ball is way better. Different feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The hardest thing for people when it comes to learning driver is keeping the arms long. Like you can get away with it with irons, but when it comes to driver 3-wood, like you really do kind of need to have some arm extension if you want to make it work. Try to do full practice swings. Just smooth back, don't try to change much, just smooth back, think long and away, now up, and swing. Good, that's better, good. So I always felt like I was using so I used a big shoulder turn, kept my arms kind of feeling away, and I used my hips to throw my arms while I was keeping my spine away from the flag stick. So I felt shoulder turn, hip turn, spine away. Right? I just want to stay away from my flag stick. That's different, right? So same thing. Just a shoulder turn all the way to the top. Now fire the hips. Better. There you go. All right, now just make a few regular swings. Don't worry about that too much. And start hitting a few more balls. There you go. Almost. Gotta get off that back foot. You kept your weight on the back side there. Just find your sweep. Good. Better. Yep. Good swing. Good swing. A little open club face, but good swing, good motion. good. That's just a dead ball. When you get the golf balls that are lighter and smoother,
Yeah.
don't expect those to go anywhere. I typically use those for drills or wedge shots, and then I'll try to save the shiniest golf balls I can for my longer clubs. A little thick, a little behind it.
I've been waiting for you to make this. Still don't have enough track.
There you go. Good swing. Very good contact. Picked it up a little bit on the takeaway. Good, smooth. There you go. Good, smooth. Very close. Yeah, just a little bit. The bigger thing I see that happening is because you just kind of get everything over here too much. When you turn, try to keep everything inside your feet. I don't care that your foot comes up, but you're just kind of getting your weight shifted back here.
I'm going too far. To
Right. So you're kind of getting here and you're shifting outside. The pressure's kind of going to the outside of
Yeah.
the foot. Try to keep that pressure more on the inside of the back foot. So you're going to feel probably like the ball of the foot and the arch kind of put more pressure on the backswing. Again, I don't care that this foot comes up. I'm worried about that more, and then
Gotcha.
trying to fight it back in. So go to the top of your swing and pause. Good. You can turn, but you want all the pressure going in hip into the floor, right? So it's kind of going in that direction versus toppling out there, right? When that weight goes out there, that's where we're fighting the bigger issue. Yeah, good. Again, I don't care if that lead heel comes up as long as that back foot is kind of, it's going to feel more kind of like it's a backboard. It's supporting a little bit. I don't care if that comes up as long as you're not going outside that back foot. Yep, and fire from there. There you go. There you go. Kind of feel that right side more engaged, not just like giving out so much. Good. That should help you keep more stable.
I kind of shift to the right a lot.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't mind. You should shift your weight back, but we just can't have it go too far back, right?
Yeah.
So it should feel like there's a little bit of support system by that inside leg, you know? Try a few, see what happens. Then we'll hit into a driver in a few minutes.
Yeah, I've noticed when I'm playing that I want to shift that way. It's like,
Yep.
even though I know I'm doing it, it's hard not to do it.
100%. And a lot of that just comes down to mirror work, like standing in front of a mirror and doing motions and teaching yourself how to turn and how much.
Yeah.
It's you'll get it over time because really, it's not easy to do.
Yeah.
And most people, there is lateral motion one way or the other, but it's learning how to just stabilize it and kind of own it so you don't have to think about it. That will help the striking get more consistent. Almost. Better motion, hair thick. Yep, 100%. Better contact. That was just kind of fast hands through the swing. Arm just kind of led it a little bit. But solid contact. Beautiful. Good job. It's going about 190 rollout. Pretty good. All arms on that one. Just relax the arms. Don't let them get all tight on you. There you go. When you squeeze the arms, it gets tough. You can have a certain amount of pressure in it that works for you, but when it gets tighter as it goes, that's when it becomes hard to swing that thing because it's light,
Yeah.
right? And the tighter we squeeze, the more we manipulate the way the club or the shaft goes in the swing, really. And that's what makes it so hard. Better. So a drill you could always practice. Go ahead and grab your club like this. Yep. Why don't you put it right about here? I'll put your arm right about here. Right? So go get into your forward bend. Yep. This would be a great drill for you to practice. Turn the body more. Now push your right arm away from you. Yep, not that much. Right to there. Support it more. There you go. Keep it there more. Now turn. Now keep your hand on the club more. There you go. There you go. Support that there more. Down here and more here. There you go. Relax your arms. Relax. No death grip. There you go. Right, because you like to get this guy too far in here. Right, so we need to have a little more support on it. Less wrist motion, more of a just turn it straight up. No, getting closer. Try it again. Relax that left arm. There you go. Good right there. Don't have to squeeze it so tight, right? That's what's kind of keeping it up like that. Soft arm, soft hand. That was better. That was way better. Way better. Now, not collapse against the chest. Out here more, right? More shoulder line. Too much hands in the beginning. Yes. Now, instead of there, here. Right? Better. Closer. I'll take that one. Yes, beautiful. Better. See how the tinier moments get smaller and smaller at the top now? Better, a little too much wrist in the beginning, but great top. All right. So that's making a few swings, right? Good. Better top. Got to reset your shoulders a little bit. Kind of reset. There you go. Good. Scoot back a little more. Good. Drag that club back to the top. Much better. I'll take that. All right, hit a few balls. We'll grab the driver. Now brain dump all that. Just try to trust your swing and feel. Almost. That was really close, actually. That was different. Great swing. All right, driver time, baby. Better.
Yeah.
That was really good. Now, number one thing when you practice on trying to hit a driver, learn just to hit the tip of that tee. Can you hit it 2 times in a row and stick your finish, right? Keep your balance and control. So scoot this way a little bit. Yep. Drop your right shoulder down. There you go. Scoot back a tiny bit. There you go. Good, good, good. Now, same thing we just did with the last club. We'll apply to this. You just got to sweep the tee, okay? Better. Good. All right, put a ball up there. Scoot back a little more. Mm-hmm. Put that club right behind the ball. There. Back over there. There you go. Here. Scoot back a tiny, tiny bit. Perfect. Off the heel. Try it again. Scoot back a little bit. There you go. Try it again.
Christine Ebert.
There you go. Perfect. The exact sound you're looking for right there. Almost. Good swing. It's a good miss. Kind of swung down and left on that one. You didn't stay behind it. So that one, as you swung, everything kind of went this way. You went like this. So this is the ball. You kind of went in that direction versus more here, right? See how my head's behind it more?
Yeah.
You let the head and everything lead down in that direction. That's why I kind of hooked low and left on you. That was different. Good swing. Straight down the middle, about 210 yards. Oh, that's not a bad miss, just a little open. Good swing, good balance, everything.
The club was open when I
Yeah, we were probably like 3 to 5 degrees open to the right. That's it. This place is busy. It's like the 405 of driving ranges right now. There you go. I mean, hit your driver pretty darn well. So when you were hitting those Barranca carries of 100 yards, you're getting pretty tight and nervous, trying to hit it harder. Yeah. When you're
Yeah,
like,
probably.
yeah, 100%. You know,
I don't get a lot of loft. Like, I mean, that one didn't get a lot of loft. It ran once it was on.
yeah, if you want to get more loft, you're gonna have to stay more behind it with the spine, right? And that you'll have to play with the ball position a little bit because right now your launch angle's probably like 8, 9 degrees. It should be more to like anywhere between 12 and 16. So you're trying to really see if you can get it higher than the driving range fence a little bit, right?
So you stand closer.
So go ahead and set up for me. I'll show you. So you want to kind of feel like everything stays more at that angle longer through the swing instead of
Okay.
getting through there more. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you're trying to keep everything more at this angle through here, right? Instead of coming that way.
Okay.
All right. So feel like you're just keeping your spine away from the flag stick or the target. Now we got more launch out of it, right?
Yeah.
So that's how you start, because again, we're learning how to swing up on it. But what typically happens is the more that we swing up, the more that we tend to block at first, and we have to feel how to let our hands release quicker. So that's why it kind of went out to the right a little bit, because when we do that, the way our eyes tend to sit, they tend to kind of think out in that direction. As we do this more, it tends to want to go more right, and you just have to feel a little bit more left with the hands, kind of square it up a little bit. Keep your head behind it and just trust your work. Swing to your target. Now we got a lot more launch out of it, didn't we, right? So it's just learning how it works best for you. That was a lot more carry right there.
Yeah.
So learning how to do that, and then you start incorporating a little bit longer arms. Now you can pick up anywhere from 10 to 20 yards if you do it right.
Yeah.
And that's a carry. So that increases roll. But again, the number one thing is to learn how to control the trajectory. Like, okay, if I go back to Terry Hata and I have to carry 100 yards, like I have to know a setup and a feel that I can pull out of put into my routine and plug it in and just go, right?
Yeah.
That's the,
Yeah, like that carry would have been enough to get across the ring.
yeah. You wouldn't if you could do that 60% of the time, Sarah, you wouldn't have so much. You wouldn't have that caution light going
Right.
off when you're over the ball.
Right.
Like when you get to the level of the trajectory is good, you have more confidence. But like when you're over there and there's a warning light going off in your head, like shit, this last one went in the
Right.
you gotta learn how to
fall apart.
exactly. It's like how do you gotta find a reset button, scratch that, and just get back into the process. Okay, now you have at least you have something you can go into. Stay behind it more, whatever that feel was for you. Almost drop kicked it a little bit. There you go, better. A little smoother. But you got over the fence, you got a little higher. Almost. That's more of your normal drive, right? Your standard one. Got that one way higher. That's a lot more carry. So that thing can carry about 150 before hitting the ground. That's way different. Now you just gotta square it up, right? Better kind of pick that one up a little bit on the takeaway. That's actually to how you kind of set it to the ball. That's kind of your straight line.
Yeah.
Right. So try it again. Just try not to pick up the club on your takeaway. Kind of drag it on the floor for the first, 3 to 4 inches of the ground. Oh, the whole golf crew coming down here. A little fast. Heel strike. That's just yanking your short arms, kind of pulling in and yanking. So a good drill. This is a hard drill to practice, but what I would recommend trying. Don't sit right over there for a second. If you ever, we'll go through like 5 or 10 balls like this. Scoot back a little bit, so I'll pop you. Stand right over there. There you go. Just get to here. Right, keeping the arms long. Right, and the idea, even if you can get to here, right, that position, come back down. I want to hit your club. All right, so more here. Right, so what I'm trying to do is just work on keeping the arms long. Right, keeping the arms more straight back and away, using my lower body to drive the club in, and then using my lower body to keep the arms long instead of using my hands to pull it through. You can already see they shrunk and yank across. So if I can just feel like my arms are a support system and goes right out here and holds, now I just use the lower body to bring it right back through, and it keeps going, and my arms are just kind of already supporting. They're not doing much different than that. Okay? Instead of squeezing so much. Try a few balls like that. It's not as easy as it looks, but soft and relaxed. So you kind of feel like your arm's going straight out this way more, right to here. Perfect. Now just turn your hips through the ball and pause. Better. Try not to finish out in here so much, but out in front of you. So here, good, and turn through and pause. Better, and more out here in front of you. Right? Not so much that way. Better. Don't let the arms collapse. Number one thing is not how good the ball goes, is to keep the arms straight out in front of you, and don't let your left arm collapse, right? You want to, I don't care if it tops it or spins, but can I get to here? Training from here to here is really going to be the key to your success for getting a little more carry from that driver. So straight back there, smooth, like super soft, 10% power. Now just turn, freeze. See how you broke the arms, right? More in that position. Right? Now go ahead and set up, and don't even take it back. Just go straight to your finish real quick. So get all set up. Now push it to your finish. Good. That's the number one end of game right there. I don't care whatever. Yes, we'll get the back foot up a little bit, but number one thing is here. That's all I really care about. Let's try to get that position down, and then work on that. Because at least you'll have understand what to train more. Better, right? So you even just hold it 1,000, 2, 1,000. Good. Freeze. Keep those. Yep, that's it right there. That alone will be something you can work on for probably months. You know. Just smooth back, hip turn. Better. Good. Right? Learning how to keep that there, and then that will turn into more of that and getting more of that side bend in. Freeze. Better. Good. Feel like this goes grip to rib cage, grip to rib cage. Better. That's it. That was it. Way better. Good. Don't feel so disconnected in the arms now. Very good motion. Very good motion. Way good. Yeah. Again, it'll take a little time to bleed into the swing, obviously, but understanding the positions is the number one goal. There you go. Great motion. Incoming. So kind of tight, grippy on the arms, right? Soft and supportive. They're not death gripping the club, but they're not breaking down, right? They're just like levers. We're supporting the club in the grip, and the arms are just there as the kind of support beams. Better. All right, start making some fuller swings now. Try to hold that finish into that follow through positions 1,000, 2, 1,000. Smooth, sweep, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Good. That's like the number one thing. Can I hold that position? Because that's going to train the body to kind of fit into that what it's looking for. Better. Good. Now just start making regular swings and just try to feel more of that through the follow through more than anything. Bigger swings, fuller swings now. Looking good. Oh. Feel like the club face just goes left. Little heel strike on that one. Feel more of this. Let the hands roll. You need to do that more.
Oh, I need to roll.
Yeah. A little sooner. There you go. There's a good swing. That definitely squared up. Very close. Very, very close. I like the trajectory on that one, though. Ooh. A lot more carry. Good miss. Kind of picked it up a little bit.
On the tee with the cylinder two, somehow had a single joint in there. You can hold on just a second.
That was a great swing. All the balls are kind of dead now, but that was a damn good swing. That was the best path of the day. So hit a drive and go hit a 3-wood, right? But that's the game you got to play with yourself, right? So okay, I'm gonna hit one driver, then I'm gonna step up and hit my 3-wood. Perfect. Got down the middle. Wasn't your best drive, but it's straight down the pipe. Rolling out. Okay, now you get your 3-wood. You know, like what if you want to get better at practicing golf or the practicing course play, you know, if you don't know the course by heart, pull out a scorecard, right? And then, you know, hey, I'm first hole is 333 yards or something like that. I'm gonna hit my first drive, 200 yards. Okay, that gives me 130. What's my 130 club? Okay, then I hit that close to my green that I picked out there. If I didn't, then I'm going to use a wedge on. Then I'll go to the next hole. 250 with water in front of it, right? So I'm laying up for like 160, 180, and then I'm trying to wedge it on for like 80 to 100 yards, right? Perfect. Find that sweep, right? Number one thing when the ball's on the ground is can you find that sweep? Boom, ripped it. Dead ball. See how fast it falls? Whee! Right? It was a great hit. Sounded perfect, right? All right. You didn't hit the ground right. You drop kicked it a little bit. But either way, you should have gone back to the driver anyways because you hit a good 3-wood. All right, so hit a driver again and hit one more 3-wood, right? Like you're playing off the tees. Now go 3-wood. What's up, Matthew? What up, dude? Trust your 3-wood. Almost. Little left. Let's try one more. One more driver, one more 3-wood. But that's the game you got to play because it's really coming down to, can you confidently get set up into the shot? Whatever club you have in your hands, right? And the more you practice all your setups and kind of playing, it's more like one shot, one opportunity versus I'm going to hit 7 drives in a row and hope it goes well, right? But if I can go 1 drive, 1 3-wood, and then 1 9-iron, let's say I play a par 5 in my head or whatever, right? Learning how to do that will help you more than just hitting the same club over and over and over again. Yeah, perfect. Now put your driver on it. Your 3-wood, excuse me. Trust it. Where have you been, dude? You been on vacation? What have you been doing? Just chilling? I'm gonna die. I'm dying. I'm old. Help me. Woo! You can hit me with a club, yeah. 'Cause I'm gonna hit you back harder though. Whack. Club soda. There it is. Good work today, man. Great job.